right, this is Arielle.
Hi, and this is Mark Manendo. Thanks for having me back on the show. We have a special guest.
Yes.
We have Tim Bedwell here, who's running for
And we have
Sheriff of
another,
Clark County.
co-host right there, the attorney, my attorney, Shiffman, who's running a District 3.
So let's start with this, because we're running out of time. We got a lot to talk about yet, but why did you decide that you wanted to run for sheriff?
I'm a career public servant. I have 42 years in public service.
4 decades, a long time.
Over 4 decades. I believe in protecting people. That's what I've done. My master's degree is in criminal. My bachelor's degree is in criminal justice as well. My master's is in criminal justice organizational management. My whole life has been spent trying to make people safer, protecting the country, protecting neighborhoods. So what I see at Metro right now is a need for leadership, and I also see what is a worsening crisis of credibility. And sadly, that washes all across Metro, and I don't think all of Metro is responsible for that. I think some of it comes from the reluctance of the sheriff to tell us what happened on October 1st. But my candidacy goes back before that. I filed my paperwork with the state in August of last year. I already intended to run. Okay. And I intended to run because I already thought that there was a disconnect between the public and the sheriff that is worse than it has been in the past. And I am not the kind of person who sits around and complains. If I have the skill sets and the education and the training and experience to go and fix this problem, I'm going to go. Yes, this is a tough campaign. Taking on an incumbent sheriff at Metro as an outsider, there's never been anybody win it. I'll be the first. It's my intention to win. I'm not in this to make a name for myself in any way. I'm in this because I believe Metro needs the leadership that I can bring.
So let me ask you about, you're talking about the neighborhoods. I'm heavily involved in Neighborhood Watch. I think that's an important thing. A lot of people are involved in Neighborhood Watch. They go to the first Tuesdays, National Night Out. But do you see that as a positive thing? Do you see any changes there? What do you think about that?
Well, let me be clear. Metro has a lot of good connection programs with the community. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist.
No, I wasn't. Yeah.
And those things are all very valuable.
How do we enhance that?
What you need is leadership at the top of the organization. The sheriff is more than the boss of Metro.
So do you think so the sheriff now, he's not doing much job, or he's not giving much to the community?
Here's what people tell me. The sheriff is inaccessible. The sheriff is hard to reach. And the sheriff makes a decision without input. Metro's morale is the lowest it's been in the time I've been in the Valley. I have people that call me that are retired that said it was never this bad when they were working there, 2 or 3 decades ago. This comes from a lot of things, but I think part of it is at the core of Metro has always been this: you're going to be the next anointed guy. They pick people at sergeant, at lieutenant, and they bring them up and they send them to different assignments to give them the right mix of jobs to become the sheriff. Companies are around the world, police departments across this country, countries across America, bring in chief executives, sheriffs, chiefs, CEOs from outside to bring new ideas, but more importantly, to empower the people that are there that already have the ideas. Metro has brilliant folks. What they want is an equal opportunity to get promoted, to get a special assignment, and to one day run the organization.
So you're saying that someone is doing an appointee without going to the process. Is that what you're trying to say? So that's happening now, right?
In a way, you could put it that way. But the process for sheriff is to elect the best qualified person. There is no qualification within there that the person has ever had to work for Metro. LAPD is a good example of an organization that had become terribly inept and corrupt. And what changed it was bringing in an outside chief who had never been with LAPD. I'm not saying in any way that Metro's corrupt. It isn't. I know that. I've worked with Metro cops for years. What I am saying is they need to be empowered. I will bring them the leadership that will empower them. That will raise the morale of Metro, and it will raise the service level of all of the police officers for everyone in the county. Because that's what we want from our police. We want police officers who come to work every day wanting to keep us safe and enjoy doing that. And that's what I want to
And
bring back.
getting a raise, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
That's what they needed too. I think they are out. How do you call that? Their salary is not that.
You know what? I don't think there's a problem with the pay scale for law enforcement in the whole valley.
Except teacher.
Exactly. If anybody needs a raise,
He's a
it's
teacher.
teachers. And to all of my police brothers and sisters out there, I'm not sitting here saying I'll never get you a raise. I just think that police officers in the valley are well compensated, and I will keep it that way.
That's important.
Well, address your message to our community who's watching. We have a lot of viewers, and we're gonna do a shout out. And all the people who's watching, this is our running candidate, the sheriff, Mr. Bedwell. Go ahead, sir.
Would you have a question?
Go ahead. Address what you want.
Address what I want to bring to the valley is leadership. It sounds redundant, but it's truly what I stand for. I've been leading people since I made sergeant in the Marine Corps in 1978. My goals as a leader have always been to bring people together, have conflict in my inner team, and come up with the best ideas. It's also to go to the end users as the people of Clark County, as the voters. You can say best what kind of policing you want in your neighborhood. And every neighborhood is different. Not everyone has the same needs. There's two things I will do that are extremely important to every voter out there. The first is I have an open door policy. You can get on my schedule, and every month, at the minimum once a month, we will have an event either at Metro or at someone who hosts it that I will purposely myself be at, along with my staff, to address these issues. The second thing is I will empower area commanders, and their goal will be to know the people in their area command, which happens a lot in Metro. Larry Burns was a great example at Bolden Area Command at one time. He's the example of a captain who knows the community, knows the needs of that community, and serves you in the way you ask for. Those are the things I want to bring to Metro. That's the leadership Metro needs. And if you have a problem, if you feel like your children aren't safe at school, I think it's unconscionable to me as sheriff to say to you, that's a school district police department problem, because the sheriff's jurisdiction doesn't end at the curb outside of a school. The sheriff's jurisdiction is everywhere, in every part of Clark County. And I will lead that effort for public safety for all of you, everywhere, every day.
And that's important. I mean,
All
I
right,
think
that's
it's
a very good message. What do you think about that, Mark? I hope
well,
you have
I mean-
more time.
Well, how much time do we have?
We had 4 minutes to
Okay,
go.
so what was your question to me?
My question to you is, thank you so much for coming,
of
and I hope
course,
to
yes.
see you again next week, and I
Absolutely.
hope you can bring him back. And don't forget to vote. June 12 is the primary.
They can
and
vote every day.
And you can vote till
every
tomorrow.
day,
Till
till
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
right.
Tomorrow's
Till
the
tomorrow.
last day.
Then
Tomorrow's the
we
last
stop.
day.
Early voting. And you know how easy it is to early vote? We walked in the mall,
Uh-huh.
right out front of Kohl's, walked down to the thing. They're like cheerleaders because they're happy to see someone coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get our card, we vote, and we're out. Less than 5 minutes. Stop by a restaurant. In an hour, you've had lunch, voted, done
And
your civic
shopped.
duty, and shopped.
Well, we can chat
Right?
some more.
My wife
about
got some
it.
shoes.
But anyway, I just want to shout out to everybody. Federation of Philippine American Chamber of Commerce is going to be happening trade mission and medical humanitarian mission in the Philippines October. So join us, and also happy birthday to all birthday celebrant Leslie Mullins, who is my kumari, and of course Jonah. Sometimes last night we had a good time. Happy birthday once again, and to all the viewers out there who's watching Arielle Live TV, and all my fans out there around the world, especially my family, of course, and the people who are watching us right now in Los Angeles, here in Las Vegas. Tita Penny, mother of Mindy, don't forget Clark County Clerk Mandy Lloyd. So don't forget to all the people who are running for a candidate. So thank you so much for watching Arielle Live TV, and next to you, Mark.
Well, thanks you for having me back. It's always a pleasure. And again, go Golden Knights. Big, and it's almost nighttime. We got to win tonight, Game 5 of the Stanley Cup. So I'm sure everybody will be watching at 5 o'clock.
Can I say one last thing?
Go ahead.
It's unbelievable the amount of pressure that goes on a family when you run for office. Mark, you know this.
Yes.
My wife has been 100% part of my campaign from before we even decided to do it, and is there with me every day. And I want to shout out to Michelle. Thank you so much for.
Hi,
for
Michelle, and also to your campaign manager. What's his name again?
Bob's here.
Hi, Bob. Thank you so much for.
To be fair,
yes.
my wife is my campaign manager. All the other staff are advisors,
I totally understand.
including me.
Yeah, I got you. And your
Okay,
wife is wonderful.
Michelle, you're doing a good job, and I know when we are in the military before, of course, wives get together and we all help each other. So I was, born in the military. I was married to a military, so my children are military. So
It's very similar in policing. It's
yes,
family.
Very
yes,
close,
it's a family close together. In fact, when we are at the Mount Pinatubo, the military has to take the family first before others. I don't even say hello and say goodbye to my family. We had to leave just like that. That's the beauty about in the military. But of course, it's a whole family. It's not just the military. It's the whole community, right?
Right.
Yep, it's about the community.
And to all my viewers, I'm sorry if I don't mention your name. And I just want to say I love you guys and keep watching Arielle Live TV. And of course, our magazine. My editor-in-chief, no other than Attorney Steve Shiffman. He will be my editor-in-chief of Hashtag News Mags coming soon. And my partner, Edna White, who's watching right now, Fresh Friends. So we'll see you today. I know you're waiting for me. So you're gonna be next week with me, right?
I don't know. What are we doing?
You guys gonna be with me again, or?
Who are we having on?
Oh my God,
Do we know
this is
yet? We'll talk
exciting.
about
Who do
it.
you think is gonna win?
I think we're going to win tonight.
You're gonna win tonight.
Yeah. So we'll have to talk about who we're bringing on next time. But this was a lot of fun. Thank you again. Sir, it's always a pleasure. And full disclosure, during one of the legislative sessions, he was my dart partner. I was his dart partner. So we did really good. Pleasure to see you again, sir.
When you're spending 4 months in Carson City,
Thank you so much too. And,
You got to do something.
yeah.
and I hope everybody will vote the right candidate.
Go out and vote. Take
And
care,
we'll
everybody.
see you next week. Once again, this is Arielle Live TV from Live Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Sometimes I'm losing my mind. Oh
Sometimes.
my gosh. Thank
Bye,
you.
folks.
Bye.
Bye.